Well, first I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Unbelievable the amount of people and the years of people who are here, from the very first teams that we had all the way to the very one that's still here as we speak. I'd like to say thank you, first of all, to God for blessing me with the opportunity to teach and coach at one of the greatest schools in America, DeMatha Catholic High School. How could this be true, you ask? Well, DeMatha always has been on top-notch with Trinitarians, faculty, staff, dedicated coaches, and administration with two outstanding principals, Dr. Dan McMahon and John Moylan, who allow your expertise and talents to grow. Another reason why DeMatha happens to be my favorite, it was in August of 1979, some 36 years ago, when I first interviewed for the position of health and PE and to coach freshman football. I never dreamed that I would be establishing a new wrestling program, starting up a 4-year track team that was defunct, and help with varsity football. My schedule was sure full, and I only hoped that I could survive the first years at DeMatha. At times I often questioned myself, what am I doing? But when I was back in Rhode Island, I saw a shooting star the night that I accepted the position here. And I thought maybe it was a myth, maybe it wasn't true, maybe I shouldn't have retired from General Dynamics where I was working in Rhode Island. Maybe I'm not DeMatha material. Well, our team survived the very first years. They never quit, and they never stopped believing, eventually becoming WCAC and WMAC champs in 2 of the 3 sports. The true DeMatha spirit, along with plenty of prayers, was shining forth like a beacon. The final reason why DeMatha was so successful, I believe, and to me, is how dedicated its students, its athletes, its teachers, even our librarians, parents, alumni, and our assistant coaches that we used to have put forth every day. They believe in the family concept. Today we call it brotherhood. So to me, anyone who could not decide that DeMatha was simply the best wasn't here. Now, with the family concept in mind, I'd like to introduce a few people who mean a very lot to me right now, my immediate family. These people have sacrificed so much, they never complained, they just stood by me through thick and thin. My loving wife, Sandra, who you've met already, my 2 daughters, Karina Delaney and Kimberly Oates. Where would they be? She couldn't come. Where's Karina? You come out here. Their husbands, John and Jay. Jay, come out. My son, Stephen, class of '94. Stephen? Oh, you had to take Anna? Okay. My 5 grandchildren. Anna, where is Anna? Anna. Steve's wife, Pammy. Violet, who is 8, and Anna, who is 5. Stephen Delaney, who is 5. Christopher Delaney, who is 8 and loves holy water. And Michael Oates, a recent graduate. Michael. So this is the real reason for the season, I guess. Because without these guys, nothing would have been possible. The last thing I want to say is There's another family here at DeMatha, the family of believers. We call it the Band of Brothers today, who just worked out and just worked hard against their opponents day after day, year after year. These are the men that should be honored here tonight. They are the true heroes of the day. Time will not permit me to say all 1,173 names, but I will say, St. John DeMatha, pray for them and keep them safe. To all the coaches who have ever assisted me, because they made a boy like myself into a young man. To you I say thank you. And again, time doesn't permit me to say all the names, but I will try to name a few. Rusty Carlson, very first coach that I had in high school. Mike McRae, some of these names you're going to remember. Frank Ferrugia, Rich Lane, Curtin Calatamai, Tim Kelly, John Allman, Tim Breen, Paul Beckerman, Drew Robertson, Mike Alexander, Glenn Ficker, Mike Miller, Jason Gabelson, Jim Muno, Rudy Ruda, Mike Rowe, Mike Bovich, Gary Stewart, Dave and Corey Wilson, Brian Page, and the list goes on and on. Mike Hartsfield, Todd Beckerman, Steve, my son, Mikey, Bruce, Scott, Dylan, Paul, Phil, Josiah, Mike, Bill, Dave, Dennis, Kevin, Bud Black, Kyle, and many, many more. And I'm sorry if I didn't say your name, but I tried like heck to. Thank you, and go Stags.